listening to the voice of the Golden West, 3SD.
Jonesy, you're a brave man. Women are going to be mobbing you on the streets dressed like that.
Yeah, well, it beats a uniform.
Actually, just realised how much I like the uniform.
If you ever come to work in something like that, I'll shoot you on sight.
Suze?
What?
Suit.
Right. I'll grab that.
Morning.
Suit.
Yeah. So what do we got?
I'd love a coffee.
Sure.
Black with one.
Okay. Hey, is there anything you want to handball to me?
No, everything's pretty much under control.
Oh, that's good.
Look, you probably won't see me before lunchtime. I'm going to need you to stay here to catch any new jobs coming in.
Yeah, fine.
And don't worry about the coffee. I should get going on this Kohlberg.
Hey, just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Just...
Yeah, I'll tell you when.
Amy?
No, she's just gone out.
Okay.
Hey, wait. What is it?
Yeah, it's more of an Amy thing, really.
Hey, no, well, if it's a CI thing, I'm CI too.
I just think we're better off waiting for Amy on this one.
Suze, whatever it is, I can handle it.
Miss Johnson, our female detective's out of the office at the moment. This is Senior Detective Jones.
Hello.
But if you would prefer to wait for a woman, that's also fine.
Oh, I don't mind who I speak to.
Thanks, Senior Constable. So, how can I help?
I can't have sex with my boyfriend anymore.
Right. Perhaps it might be a good idea to wait for...
Had a strong libido, but now, nothing. I can't stand my boyfriend touching me.
Miss Johnson, as police, we really don't deal with medical problems.
This isn't a medical problem. I went into hospital for plastic surgery. I was given an anaesthetic, and I'm sure I was raped while I was under. I had an ugly scar I wanted removed. And I'd heard about this guy, Dr. Nelson, from Melbourne, who did some pro bono work up here. I had an initial consultation with him, then he booked me in for the procedure 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
Well, it might have helped us if you'd made your complaint earlier.
But I couldn't make it any earlier.
Why not?
Because I've only just started recovering bits and pieces of memory about the whole thing.
Well, what can you remember?
Not much, really. A feeling, mostly. A bad feeling. Something happening I didn't want. Something wrong. Being touched. Struggling to stop him, but not being able to move.
Okay, do you remember anything about the person who attacked you? Do you know who it was?
No.
Was it doctor, nurse?
I was out to it from the time of going into surgery till I woke up in recovery. Could have been anyone.
Ah, excuse me. Just looking for a Dr. Peter Nelson.
Never heard of him, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Jonesy, Susie, you after someone in particular?
Yes, we're looking for a Dr. Peter Nelson.
You were just talking to him.
So let's get this straight, Zach. What, we're making you 6'5", is that right? And giving you extra big hands for catching the footy.
You can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. Oh, no, Zach, quick, help me, Zach. Hide me, they've come to take me away. Quick, help me.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that, mate. Got the place surrounded.
Raped?
Yeah, well, under general anaesthetic.
I can't see how that can happen.
Well, she's very certain. OK, so why do you say it couldn't happen?
Well, a patient is always surrounded by people. She would have been in the wards before she went into theatre. The anaesthetic is administered in theatre, and then there's any number of people around. After that, it's post-op recovery. And again, there's always people around.
So there would have been no time she was alone with any one person?
I really can't see how.
And nothing different or unusual happened during the procedure?
I can double-check my notes again if you like, but as far as I can remember, it went like clockwork. Nothing out of the ordinary at all.
OK, well, thanks very much for your time, Doctor. Well, there isn't much to go on. Unless we get some evidence, we can't lay any charges.
But something happened to me. I know it did. Someone raped me.
I'm sorry. There really isn't much more that we can do at this stage.
So they just get away with it.
Look, this may not be my place, but have you tried talking things through with your boyfriend?
How would that help?
Well, if the two of you could get together and talk through your problems...
You think if we could sort out our problems in bed, I wouldn't be crying rape?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You don't believe me?
We just need more specific information.
How can I give you that? I was unconscious.
I'm sorry.
Melbourne High School Formal 1993.
What about it?
That suit, you were wearing it.
Don't think so.
No, I remember it. It's the lapels. They're unmistakable. Man, that thing deserves a heritage listing.
If you're going to mention the suit, don't. Suit? Oh, very funny. It's a suit. So? Good man.
Give him a break.
A wardrobe malfunction like that deserves no mercy. Mount Thomas Police, Acting Sergeant Kirby speaking. Yes, ma'am. Right? Can I just grab the address, please? Right. Thank you. Jonesy, got a job for you in your, suit. Goldberg.
What do you think that means?
She's a psychiatrist.
Better be on our best behaviour then. Nice house.
Thank you.
So I see you're a psychiatrist.
Consultant, yes. I see a few patients at home, but the bulk of my practice is at St David's.
Right.
So would you like to see where they got in?
Yes, of course. It's like filling in the slips. So I'm just going to dust for prints along here. I mean, they usually wear gloves, but you never know your luck.
I was anticipating a little more science than luck.
Well, of course, this is very scientific. Computer match-ups of prints, that sort of thing.
Gillian, you don't have an alarm.
I do. I'm usually very careful about putting it on.
But it wasn't on this morning.
I must have been distracted. I came home, found it was turned off, and then I noticed the television was missing. And the rest, every last piece of the entertainment system.
Do you have any record of the missing items, receipts, warranties?
Of course, I'll get them for you.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Who are you?
Who wants to know?
Senior Detective Jones, Mount Thomas Police. Can I answer my question?
Hugh Augustus Bainbridge. My mum owns the place. She's going to be so pissed off.
Hugh, I thought you were at school.
I thought you were in St David's.
I had a last-minute cancellation. I came home to find...
They want our help, then complain if we make a bit of a mess.
A bit of a mess?
Yeah, all right, all right. Didn't expect vacuuming would spread the stuff.
Yeah, well, I did try and warn you about it. What are you doing?
Checking out the Bainbridge kid.
You think he ripped off his own mum?
Well, you heard him. He thought she was in St David's.
Yeah, and the forced entry?
He's a smart-ass trying to cover his tracks. Look, there were no prints on the cell. It could have been an inside job.
Anything?
No. I'm not doing very well at this, am I?
You're doing fine.
Senior Detective Jones, just the man I'd like to see. Thanks, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Constable O'Rourke will show you out.
Thank you. It's so good to have spoken to someone who's taking me seriously.
This way.
I didn't not believe her. There was just no evidence to support her story.
Who did you speak to at the hospital?
A plastic surgeon, Dr. Nelson.
Did you talk to any other doctors, nurses, hospital staff, other patients?
It happened 2 weeks ago.
That's not necessarily fatal to a case.
Well, it usually is if there's no forensic evidence. Listen, Amy, there's nothing to this.
Well, I don't think you investigated thoroughly enough.
So what are you going to do now?
Show you how it's done.
Then once they're in the theatre, there's the surgeon, the anaesthetist, nurses, theatre technicians.
And after the operation?
The anaesthetist takes the patient out of the theatre and there'd be a nurse there, and the nurse and an orderly take the patient and transfer them to the post-op team.
Right, so there's no time a patient could be left alone with just one member of staff.
It's very, very unlikely.
But not impossible.
Virtually impossible.
But...
Well, I suppose hypothetically.
Hypothetically is fine.
If there was an emergency, a multi-car accident or something like that, then a nurse might get called away.
Which would leave a patient alone with...
It's extremely unlikely.
Yeah, alone with...
An orderly.
You all but told her exactly what to say.
She said it was possible.
Highly unlikely is what she said.
Extremely unlikely is what she actually said, but still possible. Look, we found someone who could have been on their own with the patient, which proves that thorough investigation pays off.
You may as well do this on your own. You don't need me.
Lyle Hudson, Mount Thomas Police.
Hey,
Of course I need you. Grab him.
do you want a coffee as well?
Lyle Hudson, you are under arrest. Still think there hasn't been a rape? Our records show that you have priors for sexual assault, Mr. Hudson.
That right? A bit of a misunderstanding on the chick's part.
Or in your case, 3 misunderstandings.
Overreactions, darling. Do I get my mags back?
A patient at Mount Thomas Hospital called Ruth Johnson has made a complaint that she was raped while under anaesthetic.
I've never heard of her.
You were on duty the day it happened.
Look, I've never touched a patient, okay?
So, why did you run when we approached you?
I thought you might not like those. But how the hell am I supposed to have done this? I'm never alone with the patients.
You're alone with them in the lift.
Yeah, the lift goes for like 30 seconds.
Not if you stop between floors. You'd only need a few minutes, wouldn't you?
But you should be talking to the medical staff. They're the ones that get to be alone with the patients.
Never happens.
Bullshit. There's always someone ducking off for a smoke, taking a piss, you know, whatever.
Senior?
Can't hold me, you don't have anything. Yeah, at least give me me mags.
Any admissions?
Not yet, but he's got priors for sexual assault, locker full of hardcore porn and plenty of opportunity.
That's not enough.
Sure. Keeping him off the streets is a vote for a cleaner world.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there.
Anyway, gives me time to find something to lock him up for good.
Oh, I should probably go.
Yeah, go.
Well, what about before and after the operation? Did you strike anyone who made you feel uncomfortable?
No, all the doctors were lovely.
Not necessarily a doctor.
A nurse.
Or an orderly?
There was someone. He was completely sleazy. I don't remember his name.
Medium height, dark, straight hair, one of those tufty little growths on his chin?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He was with me when I went into surgery and then was there when I came out. And I really didn't like him.
So what did he do? Did he touch you?
It was more the way he talked to me, the way he looked at me. He just creeped me out.
You heard her. Hudson behaved inappropriately.
Yeah, well, you let her a bit hard, didn't you?
Got the result we wanted?
That's exactly my point. You closed off all other possibilities.
There may only be one suspect, but that's one more than you found.
Jones. First morning in the suit, and I've already received a complaint about you.
Don't. I didn't know you wouldn't be able to get the powder out of the rug.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have spilt it in the first place.
It was an accident. We got paid for the dry cleaning.
Not dry cleanable, apparently. Replacement cost.
You gotta be joking. Boss, that's a ridiculous amount of money to spend on a rug.
Well, I'd keep that opinion to myself when you go back out there.
Go back there?
To see Dr. Bainbridge and apologise.
Right here. Is your mum in?
She's not here.
Not trying to fob me off, are you, mate?
She's not here. She's at work. And I didn't have to talk to you.
I think you should let me in.
I think you should get lost.
Wrong answer.
You were going to be in so much shit.
Yeah, well, someone's going to be.
Hey, that's personal use.
And that's exactly what you'll be charged with.
Unreal. Hugh?
Yes, I already know Hugh's name. What's yours?
I don't have to tell you.
No?
No.
Well, you can come down to the station then.
It's Leah Burton.
Well, thank you, Leah. Your cooperation is appreciated. You can come down to the station anyway. Your boyfriend too.
You reckon Mum went off about the rug? Can't do this.
Looks like I can.
This is harassment.
Tough.
What are you doing?
Arresting them for the possession of marijuana.
How much did you find?
One joint so far.
Is this wise?
In the circumstances, I think it is.
He's a clean skin, we know that.
Yes, but his girlfriend isn't.
What, drug prize?
Even better. Berg. Oh, great. The rug queen. In here.
You all right, darling?
I was scared he was going to hit me.
Oh, look, nothing happened.
You haven't said anything, have you, Hugh?
No.
Good. Don't. He has one joint at home and you're treating him like some major criminal. Don't you think that's a bit of an overreaction?
Dr. Bainbridge, a word outside? It's not the joint that concerns me. I've reason to believe that your son may be involved in the burglary at your home.
This is getting more ludicrous by the second. Why on earth would he steal something he uses every day?
What do you know about his friend Leah Burton?
My son makes his own judgments about who he spends time with.
Well, are you aware that she has priors for burglary?
His self-confidence irritates you, doesn't it?
No, he's a kid.
He's got more self-esteem than you. I can tell that just from looking at you.
Look, let's just stick to the matter of your son, shall we?
I don't want to discuss him with you. I want to speak to your superior.
Fine.
Doesn't look like she's too happy with you, mate.
Josh? Mate, I need your advice.
Shoot.
Well, I mean, you look like the kind of guy who was,
Jonesy, I don't date people at work. No offence, it's just a little policy I have.
Very funny.
Yes, I'm the kind of guy what?
A guy who's...
Italian?
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so this Italian guy what?
It's about the bloody suit.
Oh, right. So I'm the kind of guy who'd know something about a decent suit because I'm... a wog?
Yes. No, I wasn't going to say that.
That's all right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, kind
Yes.
of, yeah.
You'd come to the right man. Leave it with me.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
I've just had a report of another medical rape.
But our number one suspect.
Lyle Hudson is still in the cell. Yes, I know. He can't be our man.
The mole only shows when I'm in my bathers, but I still feel self-conscious about it. Silly, really. My doctor referred me.
To Dr. Nelson?
And, he examined me, then said he could remove it there and then in his rooms.
And that's where you were attacked, in Dr. Nelson's rooms?
When I woke up, I came straight here to casualty. I couldn't think what else to do.
Sorry, when you woke up?
He gave me an injection so I wouldn't feel anything he said.
Was there a nurse present?
Nurse? No.
Another doctor, an anaesthetist?
No, it was just us.
So he gave you the injection?
And I could feel myself slipping under. You know, I was wheezy. But I didn't go right under. I couldn't really move, but I could feel what was happening to me. He raped me on the table. Excuse me.
Hi. I believe you got one of my patients here.
This is not a good time.
I'd like to see her if I could.
Like the doctor said, this is not a good time.
Please.
Can I have a word, please? Outside?
She all right?
Nancy alleges that you raped her.
What? She doesn't know what she's saying. People can have very weird dreams under anaesthetic. They seem incredibly powerful, present. Reactions vary. I'd like to do anything I can to help her. Could you pass that on to her, please? If you think it won't distress her too much, I'd really appreciate it.
We're going to need to talk to you again.
Of course. Absolutely.
Nancy, we can stop Dr. Nelson, but it'd mean you'd have to make an official complaint.
I'm not sure. Would it mean coming to court?
It would mean that, yeah.
Well, what would I have to do?
Well, first, you'd have to undergo a thorough medical examination.
I don't know if I can do that.
I can go with you if you like.
I don't know.
If you don't pursue this, he gets away with what he did to you. Maybe to others.
Now I need you to put the clothes into that paper bag.
Okay.
Okay, just stay there because in a moment I'm going to collect more evidence. I'm going to comb your pubic hair now, as the offender may have left some trace of DNA behind. Thank you, Nancy. You're doing well. Not much more to go now, just the internal examination.
Like a smear test, right?
Very similar. If you just get on the table for me.
Amy, would you hold my hand, please?
Yeah, of course. Just relax now.
We're going to send the kit off for testing now, and if they find any foreign DNA, it'll be matched against Dr. Nelson's. Prima facie proof that you're telling the truth.
I am telling the truth.
I know, I believe you.
Thank you.
Do you have anyone who can look after you?
No, my only family's my brother, and he lives in Melbourne.
Do you want me to take you home?
I think I want to be by myself.
Okay. Well, I can come with you and just make sure everything's okay.
Thank you. I don't want to see Dr. Nelson again.
I'll make sure he stays away.
I've got something for you.
Hey, what's the mag? Ah, fashion. Italian fashion. Evan Jones, full of surprises. This stuff will cost you an arm and a leg.
Both arms, actually, but it's worth it. Look at this Dolce & Gabbana just here.
Ah, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, well, I don't want to look beautiful.
Hey, I'd hate to break up the spring collection meeting, but that's for you, mate.
So,
You're asking for trouble.
yeah, well, you're going to have to come with me. Keep an eye on things.
Jonesy, it was $21.95. No hurry.
You're wasting your time and mine.
Just doing my
You
job.
won't find anything there, just as you haven't elsewhere in the
Senior
house.
Constable?
Nothing.
Satisfied?
Almost.
Can I have my house back now? Or is there some other form of harassment you'd like to subject me to?
Oh, that'll be all for the moment. Thank you.
Just leave it.
Sorry.
Son here, thanks, Mr. Hudson. You happy with your treatment by the police here today?
No. Don't like my women so uptight. You're going to die a virgin, sweetheart.
I'll die much happier than any of your girlfriends.
Hey, Dr. Nelson's here to see you.
Oh, thanks, Carol. Perfect timing, Evan. Is it normal procedure to anaesthetise your patients alone in your consulting room?
There's normally a nurse present. Today, she called in sick.
But you went ahead anyway.
It was a very simple procedure, but Ms. Bess was nervous. In order to calm her and to make the procedure easier for both of us, I injected her with a drug which produces what we call a twilight anaesthesia.
What's the drug?
Benzodiazepam. It's a safe, short-acting sedative that doesn't cause the patient to fully lose consciousness, but They may experience some adverse response, such as hallucinations or...
We're going to need to get a sample of your DNA.
Of course. I did perform a surgical procedure on her, though. It is always possible that some hair or something else of mine, even from the table, may have been transferred to her.
Of course.
Say,
Problem?
The rape kit for Nancy Best. It's not here.
Could it have been moved to another fridge?
No. This is where it was. Detective Fox and I put it in here together. And now it's gone.
Excuse me. In the last half hour, have you seen anyone around here?
You two and Dr. Ash?
What about before us?
Dr. Nelson? He was getting something from pathology.
How long ago?
5 minutes or so.
Which way did he go?
Car park, I guess.
What's the problem?
The rape kit, Dr. Nelson. Where is it?
What rape kit?
The one you just took from pathology?
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You were seen going into pathology and now the rape kit from Nancy Best is conveniently missing.
I go into pathology maybe a dozen times a day. It's part of my job. Look, why don't you search me and search my car, and if you find this rape kit, then please arrest me. Now, can I go then?
No.
Detective Fox, people here have searched me and searched my car. What can I tell you?
You can tell us where you hid it.
I haven't got it. Look, I've given you a DNA sample. Why would I steal the rape kit?
So your sample can't be matched with anything else?
I know you're just doing your job, just like I was doing mine, but I promise you there is nothing in this woman's allegations.
Well, that remains to be seen. We're going to turn this hospital upside down until we find it, understood?
Now can I go then?
Keep yourself available. The fridge is locked. Would Nelson have a key?
He shouldn't have, but he's so highly respected no one would hesitate to lend him one.
And then he could have had a copycat.
I suppose.
Or if it was a spare, he could have just kept it. Does anyone actually know how many keys there are to this fridge?
You'd have to ask admin that, but you know what keys are like.
So bottom line is, he could have had access.
Anything?
No sign of it. We've looked everywhere.
Well, it's got to be somewhere. Just keep looking. You've looked in all the places that do make sense. Start trying the places that don't make sense.
Does that make sense to you?
It's how I find my hair clips.
If the rape kit's missing, we're going to need more evidence.
Well, she couldn't help us before.
Well, we didn't ask the right questions before. Hi, Ruth.
You charged that orderly?
Do you mind if we come in for a bit?
I've remembered a few more details since we last spoke.
Actually, our investigation has moved on to someone else.
But this man was horrible. Really creepy.
He's been ruled out as a suspect.
Then who?
What can you tell us about your doctor?
Dr. Nelson? No, that's ridiculous.
Well, we've had another complaint about him.
I don't know who attacked me, but it couldn't have been him. The man is a saint. I trust him with my life.
Oh, ooh, this is so why I never became a nurse.
If you're going to be sick, can you be sick somewhere else?
Do you reckon you can catch anything from this stuff?
The rape kit you stole from pathology and dumped in a laundry skip?
Why would I do that?
You tell me.
I do not believe that Nancy Best was raped. If she was, it certainly wasn't by me.
You stole this kit to protect yourself.
You're more than welcome to take my fingerprints, Detective, and see if you can find them on this kit.
Oh, I will.
As I said, you've had my full cooperation. I want this cleared up.
So do I.
But am I right in thinking that whatever you find on this kit is going to be useless anyway? Isn't there some rule about not breaking the chain of evidence? Whoever's DNA you find won't help you.
Nelson called my bluff on the rape kit. He quoted chain of evidence at me.
Well, his defence would have raised it anyway.
No, I have to raise it with the victim.
Good luck.
Need more than that.
Jones, you've had a very eventful first day, haven't you?
Is this about Dr. Bainbridge?
Well, first you destroy her rug, and now you've broken her expensive antique vase.
That thing was bloody ugly anyway. Sorry, boss.
Have you made any progress on this burglary?
Well, I know her smart-mouth son's involved somehow.
What proof do you have for that?
Well, his girlfriend's got priors for burglary. They're both into a bit of pot smoking and knocking off the entertainment system and buying a lot of it.
When you get back out there...
No, I've already been there. I've searched the place
Not
top
to
to bottom.
search, to apologise.
Not again.
Get on the right side of Dr. Bainbridge. She might just answer one or two questions.
Yes, boss.
Hello, mate. Is it Mum around?
No.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, Senior Detective Jones, Mount Thomas Police.
Why do you need to see Gillian? Is everything all right?
So you know Dr. Bainbridge?
She's my ex-wife. And he's my son. I get to see him on school holidays and every second weekend.
Has he told you that we've been speaking with him?
No. What now?
Possession of marijuana and possible involvement in a burglary.
And I bet Gillian is not cooperating at all. So, I get to play bad cop even now. Look, anything you want to talk to him about, you go right ahead. She lets him get away with murder. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Well, would you mind if I took a look around your place? Senior? If you could take Hugh in here?
Sure.
Just wait inside. I'll be with you in a moment. Well, my little mate Hugh Augustus Bainbridge stole a home theatre unit from his mother and stashed it in his father's garage.
Ah, you're on the money then.
Yeah. Bit of a novelty to get something right today.
Gillian Bainbridge is in reception. She's looking for you.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. Well, she might have to stay in there a little while longer, just so I get all the information I need to pass on.
Looks like you might enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I might.
Nancy, there's a legal concept called chain of evidence. Basically what it means is if something like the rape kit gets out of our hands, even for a small amount of time, it's regarded as contaminated and we can no longer use it as evidence.
I don't understand.
Well, the defence would argue that anyone else could have picked up the kit and it'd be impossible to prove conclusively that any DNA found in it belonged to the person who raped you.
And without it?
Well, we just concentrate on finding other evidence to prove it was Nelson.
Do you have anything else?
Not at this stage, no.
So how does this case stand at the moment?
It's your word against his at this stage.
So he gets away with raping me?
Not at all. It's only a matter of time before we pursue these other lines of inquiry.
I don't care about other lines of inquiry. He raped me. And then you and your doctor put me through that horrible test. It was like being raped again.
I'm so sorry.
I'd like to leave now.
It's just a matter of time before we get the evidence we need.
And so you lose that as well?
Hugh has admitted to stealing the entertainment equipment and faking the break-in.
I don't believe you.
He showed me exactly what happened, and he stashed the stuff in his father's garage.
Someone must have put him up to it.
Not according to him.
But why? He's got no need for money.
He's more than just a casual dope smoker. He's in some serious debt with some heavy people. And he asked Leah for help to fake the break-in.
You could have spoken to me about this.
Well, it looks like stealing from you was the easier option.
Can I withdraw my complaint against him for burglary?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. And my complaint against you as well.
Thank you.
Cool. Triumphant first day on the job.
Yeah, hardly.
Well, I thought you just said she was...
No, thought we had a rapist. Looks like he's beaten us. And my fellow detective appears to hate my guts.
Oh, come on, Jonesy.
I ruined a rug and a hideous vase.
Yes, which we should all be very grateful for.
And no one likes me suit.
I thought Joss was going to help you out with that.
Do you know how much one of those things cost? I wonder he never has any money. Look, I just need a suit. I don't care what it looks like.
No, that's pretty clear.
Just as long as people leave me alone about it.
Do you want some help?
Oh, yeah? It's all right. I mean, it's not Italian, but it's okay, yeah.
Don't listen to Peroni. I think you look cool, Jonesy.
Yeah, good work, Suze. What do you charge?
What, you want some help?
Oh, maybe. Matt?
Sarge?
You think I need a wardrobe makeover?
No idea.
Hey. You suit?
So I see.
Good enough for you now, detective?
It'll have to be. It's the only one I've got.
Mount Thomas Police, Acting Sergeant Kirby speaking. Yep. Yeah, I know the area. Right. Right, I see. Thank you. Amy. That was St. David's. There's been an accident. It happened overnight. Nancy Best was hit by a truck. She's dead. The driver says she just walked out straight in front of him.
That bastard Nelson is responsible for this.
You're listening to the voice of the Golden West, 3SD.
Jonesy, you're a brave man. Women are going to be mobbing you on the streets dressed like that.
Yeah, well, it beats a uniform.
Actually, just realised how much I like the uniform.
If you ever come to work in something like that, I'll shoot you on sight.
Suze?
What?
Suit.
Right. I'll grab that.
Morning.
Suit.
Yeah. So what do we got?
I'd love a coffee.
Sure.
Black with one.
Okay. Hey, is there anything you want to handball to me?
No, everything's pretty much under control.
Oh, that's good.
Look, you probably won't see me before lunchtime. I'm going to need you to stay here to catch any new jobs coming in.
Yeah, fine.
And don't worry about the coffee. I should get going on this Kohlberg.
Hey, just let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you when.
Amy.
No, she's just gone out.
Okay.
Hey, wait. What is it?
Yeah, it's more of an Amy thing, really.
Hey, no, well, if it's a CI thing, I'm CI too.
I just think we're better off waiting for Amy on this one.
Suze, whatever it is, I can handle it.
Miss Johnson, our female detective's out of the office at the moment. This is Senior Detective Jones.
Hello.
But if you would prefer to wait for a woman, that's also fine.
Oh, I don't mind who I speak to.
Thanks, Senior Constable. So, how can I help?
I can't have sex with my boyfriend anymore.
Right. Perhaps it might be a good idea to wait for...
Had a strong libido, but now, nothing. I can't stand my boyfriend touching me.
Miss Johnson, as police, we really don't deal with medical problems.
This isn't a medical problem. I went into hospital for plastic surgery. I was given an anaesthetic, and I'm sure I was raped while I was under. I had an ugly scar I wanted removed. And I'd heard about this guy, Dr. Nelson, from Melbourne, who did some pro bono work up here. I had an initial consultation with him, then he booked me in for the procedure 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Is there something wrong with that?
Well, it might have helped us if you'd made your complaint earlier.
But I couldn't make it any earlier.
Why not?
Because I've only just started recovering bits and pieces of memory about the whole thing.
Well, what can you remember?
Not much, really. A feeling, mostly. A bad feeling. Something happened.